morning. Today is February 15th. This is WGTV Today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good Friday morning.
Well, Kim, it is Friday. Oh, boy.
Yes, it is.
It is, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Looking forward to it, as a matter of fact. Today on the program, we've got a couple of guys coming in from the Optimist Club. And they're going to tell us about what the Optimist Club is and what they do. And I think you're going to find this very interesting. You know, the Optimists have been, that organization has been around quite some time.
It has.
And they have, their project right now is helping children with computers here in the Wayne County area. They have the Optimist Computers for Kids program for middle and high school youngsters, and you would not believe some of the things they're doing. I mean,
can't wait to hear about it.
It's just, it's exciting, really exciting. Also on today's program, my buddy John Lewis with the Scouts. Of course, he's an insurance guy, but he's also with the Scouts. Is going to be with us, and we're going to be talking about the Tuscarora Council of the Boy Scouts. John's the new president of that organization, and looking forward to his being with us.
That's right.
Telling us all about the Scouts and his role with the Scouts.
Well, you know, that organization, the Scouts in general, Boy Scouts, have been around for years and years and years.
Yes.
And those young men do great things, and they grow up to do great things because of leadership skills that they've been given and all the good qualities that they've learned through being a part of Scouting.
You are so right.
And of course, good parenting helps.
Oh, well, that helps, yes. Yeah, well, you got to have that guidance.
You certainly do.
Whether in Scouting or not, of course, preferably in Scouting, but if you can't or you're not in Scouting, good parenting is the key to everything.
That's right.
And I'm not exaggerating that point. On today's almanac, today's the anniversary of the birth of one Galileo Galilei. Don't you love that name? Galileo Galilei.
It's a fancy name.
It is, yes. You see, he's the guy, he was born in Pisa. He's the guy that stood in the Tower of Pisa and looked out with the telescope there and said, hey, I'm a see of the moon. That's what he said, or something like that.
Something like that. It sounds good.
It did. That's what he said. Anyway, inventor, brilliant man, and when some of the things that he discovered, they didn't believe him, and they really gave him a hard time about it. He did not live an easy life. They gave him a really hard time about it. Anyway, he was born this day, 1564. Also on our almanac for today, the year was 1927 when the United States Patent Office issued a patent for the grapefruit squirt shield. Do you eat grapefruit?
Sometimes.
Occasionally it'll squirt you in the face, particularly in the eyeball. Well, that's not fun. The grapefruit squirt shield is a shell-shaped grapefruit holder that protects others at the table from being squirted when you go into that. Anyway,
seriously?
Somebody came up with that, invented it, and had it patented. I've never seen one.
I can't say that I have seen one either.
Bonzo's father was named on this day in 1951. The movie Bedtime for Bonzo premiered in Indianapolis, Indiana, starring Ronald Reagan.
Wow.
Played the chimpanzee's father. I'm
never
kidding.
seen it.
No, you've never seen Bedtime for Bonzo?
No, I have not.
It's a great movie. Very funny. And Reagan, of course, was the star. 1969, a lady by the name of Vicki Jones. Do we know Vicki Jones?
I'm not sure if we do.
Not this one, anyway. She was arrested. Arrested in Florida for impersonating Aretha Franklin.
Oh, my goodness.
She told everyone she was Aretha Franklin. They actually sold tickets. She put on a concert.
Nuh-uh. It went that far.
It went that far. And let me tell you, she was so good when they found out that she was not the real Aretha Franklin, nobody asked for their money back. She was that good. Yeah. Her name is Vicki Jones. Anyway, 1998, a 2-ton elephant named Tanya escaped from a circus at the high school in Mentor, Ohio, and ambled about a quarter mile with police in hot pursuit, or in as hot pursuit as you can get. Tanya was captured a few minutes later at the Big Lots store. No one was injured.
Too funny.
Tanya went to Big Lots.
Well, you're talking about recent activities and things happening. How about the reporter who made it on the stage at the Grammys?
Yes.
Have you heard about that?
Yes, I have heard bits and pieces about that. Tell us about that.
I mean, even when Adele was receiving her award,
yes,
he was standing right there beside Jennifer Lopez, I believe, and was talking to her and chatting and saying things to her as she's coming on the stage to receive her award. How in the world did he make it up there with all the security they supposedly had?
Well, you know what? It can be done.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
It can be done. There's certain ways that It's all in how you present yourself.
Right, exactly. And he was walking with certain people and acting like he was with them. And
Exactly.
my goodness, that's scary though to
It
think you
is.
can get by that easily.
Actress Jane Seymour, lovely lady, turned
Oh, yes.
61 years today. And Matt Groening is the cartoonist who draws The Simpsons on TV. He's having a birthday. He's 58 today. And everyone in The Simpsons is somebody either inspired by Matt in his family or his life.
Yep, that's pretty neat.
That's-
I've seen an interview with him.
Oh, really?
He's telling his story.
Yeah. All right.
quite
Anyway, that's
interesting.
the almanac for this February 15th.
And in a minute, we need to get us a trivia question.
Oh, yeah. Gee whiz. I gotta
Let me
come up
tell
with
you a little bit about some grant writing opportunities that
that's-
are happening right here
Yes.
at Wayne Community College. On Tuesday, February the 19th at 6 o'clock p.m., Wayne Community College in the Walnut Building will offer Introduction to Grant Writing. The Wayne Business and Industry Center will offer this free seminar from 6 to 9 in room 104 of the Walnut Building at Wayne Community College's main campus. Participants in this seminar will gain a better understanding of grant writing process, examine all the elements of a grant application, and have the opportunity to review real grant applications, which is, if you've never seen one, you really need to see one and let them walk you through the steps because it can be complicated and a little overwhelming. In addition, they will learn how to hunt for funders.
Funder Hunter, huh?
They will talk to you about how to gather your data and other resources to justify funding based on their concept. To pre-register, go to ncsbc.net, click on Contact Your Local SBC, select Wayne County, choose an event, click Register. My goodness. You may also just call 739-6940 to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's good.
Participants are asked to complete and bring to the seminar the registration form found under the Small Business Center. You can call 739-6940. There you go.
There you go.
Yep. All right.
Funder Hunter.
That's right, the Funder Hunter.
We have a trivia question.
All right, great.
All right, here you go. The category is famous authors.
Okay.
All right. What famous writer claimed they did their best work and got their best story ideas while sitting in a bathtub eating green apples?
Man or woman? You can tell us that. Give us a hint.
Okay. Yeah, it was one or the other. It was a woman.
I would kind of figure that, but I wasn't sure. You never know.
What famous author got their best inspiration or their best ideas while sitting in a bathtub? Now, I don't know if they were just sitting in the dry bathtub or if they were actually bathing, eating green apples.
They didn't share that much information with us.
All right,
We'll have to ponder that one.
ponder.
Yeah, that's right. We'll ponder.
Ponder that one. Again, Eileen Coit has sent us word about the coming up this coming Monday will be the first of 9 workshops for the Junior Livestock Show and Sale that's going to be coming up the first week of April. Now, these 9 workshops are so important to those who are participating in the Junior Livestock Show and Sale. And this is a very big deal here in Wayne County. I mean, this
It certainly
we
is.
have award winners that go to the state competition. They win.
And this has happened
every
year after year. This is not something that's
Indeed.
recent.
That's right. So if you are planning on attending and being in this show and sale event, you need to attend at least a minimum of 2 of these workshops. And you can call Eileen Coit at the Cooperative Extension Service at 731-1520. Or you can talk to Eddie Pitzer out at the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fairgrounds, and Eddie is a manager out there, and he can help you with that as well. Call Eileen.
That's right.
All right, at 731-1520. Workshops.
Wayne, I want to mention to you a few foods that aren't what you think they are.
Really?
Yeah,
Now-
they're fooling us.
Food and I get along pretty well.
Do
you
ya?
know? Oh, can't you
Well,
tell?
do you like fruit roll-ups? Do you know what that is?
I have no idea. What's the fruit roll-up?
A lot of kids eat those. It's a little snack that a lot of children eat.
Oh.
It's by General Mills. It's called the Strawberry Sensation Fruit Roll-Up.
General Mills,
Now, yes. so
military man.
Well, listen to this. Though the product has the word strawberry in its name,
Yeah.
the berry is nowhere to be found on its ingredient list.
Really?
There are pears and malic acid, which is derived from apples, General Mills agreed to take a strawberry picture off the label after the CSPI complained.
The CSPI complained.
They did. Who were they?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I don't know
but
either.
It sounds good.
It
but
sounds
they
good and official, but yeah, that was in the name.
Yeah, consumer product.
Yes.
Consumer something protection.
Yeah.
Something.
You're exactly right, Wayne. You're exactly right. Another one, which I love.
Yes.
Kellogg's Special K fruit and yogurt cereal.
You like that?
Yes, I do. So, The company brags on its website about the taste of delicious fruit and yogurt in the cereal.
Yeah.
According to the product's label, the cereal contains less than 2% of a host of products, including dried apples. Again, there are strawberries on the label that aren't in the cereal at all.
Ooh.
Kellogg, for its part, denies doing anything wrong. Interesting.
Well, that's terrible. Kellogg is one of the industry leaders. Everyone loves Kellogg. I mean, really.
I know.
John Kellogg started that company.
You know John?
I knew him. He passed, but yeah.
And there's several others, and we'll go back to them later. But oh yeah, there's quite a few out there that they have it in their name, and it's nowhere to be found.
That's terrible.
I don't know how they can get away with it.
They
I guess they can until somebody complains.
Until somebody complains.
Which is a shame.
That's right. When somebody complains, then they say, "Whoops."
Yeah, oopsie
we'll
daisy.
take care of
I'm
that
sorry.
right away. Well,
Yeah.
that is that's.
Just so you know, check out your ingredients.
Now that's cheating.
I agree.
That is cheating.
I agree.
That's un-American.
That's un-American.
Get with the program, mister. There you go.
Well, let's see. Who's up next, Wayne? I believe the Optimist Club.
Oh, it is. All right. All right. Yeah, we're going to hear from the Optimist Club or John?
John. It's John.
Let's go.
We've already heard from the Optimist Club.
No, we haven't.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right. Here we go. Let's go to John Lewis now about the Boy Scouts, okay?
Okay, great.
Today we're talking with John Lewis. John is the new president of the Tuscarora Council of the Boy Scouts. And John, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
This is long overdue. I've been wanting you to come in and talk to us for quite some time now. You are the new president of the Tuscarora Council.
I am.
How long have you been president now?
What's this, February 1st, so 30 days.
Okay, about a month now. And
That's
how long have you been involved with scouting?
Been involved, I was a scout as a youth, so I went through scouting as a youth in Troop 2, St. Paul Methodist Church sponsored, and joined the Tuscarora Council board about 3 or 4 years ago as a volunteer.
Right. All right. And you'll be president for what length of time?
Be a president for 2 years.
A couple of years. All right. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we were in Mount Olive, and I experienced an amazing event there when there were brand new Eagle Scouts.
That's right.
And they were recognized, and tribute was paid to them, and several people got up and spoke. But how many new Eagle Scouts do we have here in Wayne County?
Well, in 2012, Tuscarora Council had 120 new Eagle Scouts, which was an all-time record for Eagles in Tuscarora Council. Last year, in 2012, nationwide, it was the Year of the Eagle. It was a celebration of the Eagle rank and all those who had achieved it. We were fortunate to have 120 fine young men that earned the Eagle rank.
The auditorium was packed.
Sure was.
I'm not even sure there was a seat left open.
It was a great function.
It was a great event, and it's just I was proud to be a part of it, and honored to be asked to participate, and it was just a lot of fun.
You did a great job.
Well, I appreciate that, but it was a lot of fun, and of course, 120 new Eagle Scouts here.
That's
an amazing number.
And they all have to do a service project. So there were 120 service projects for various organizations, from churches to schools to parks, that these boys, young men, had to accomplish a service project in order to earn the Eagle rank.
In order to earn the rank, and we're talking about restoring or painting something or building something.
That's right.
Just all involved in this, or perhaps a park, replenishing plants and shrubs in a park.
That's right.
But and they all had to do this. So
that's a major part of earning the Eagle rank, along with earning 20 some odd merit badges. So it's quite an accomplishment, and they deserved all the recognition they got.
You know, scouting is all volunteer work. It's just there's so many people involved with scouting.
That's true.
It's just one of the best organizations any young person can become a part of.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, man, I was a scout as a youngster, and like you, I didn't get to Eagle, but but it was so much fun.
Yes, it was.
It was enjoyment, and it was a learning experience, and you keep it with you for the rest of your life.
Always. You know, I was thinking about it before coming in here. The folks who were involved in scouting when I was a kid were the grown people. Were folks like Dick Alger, who was our Tuscarora Council executive for many, many years. Gene Price, Dick Moffitt, Deming Smith, Hal Tanner. I'll leave off some names, but all pillars of the community who volunteered their time to make certain that I had a good scouting experience. And I feel like,
It's okay. We'll just take that, and I'll cut part of this out, and we'll make it work. I'll tell you what, hold on there, let me right back. Yeah.
You got it?
Oh yeah, there you go. All right.
But all of those gentlemen.
Wait just a minute. 3, 2, 1.
All of those gentlemen I just mentioned provided a positive experience for the youth in Tuscarora Council, which is one of the main reasons I decided to volunteer as well. It's something that I believe in strongly, and had positive role models when I was coming up from those type of gentlemen, and wanted to try and give back equally.
You know, scouting is so much more than helping the little old lady across the street and tying knots and going camping. That's all a part of it.
Yes, it is.
But there's so much more to it. Scouting keeps up with current issues, with what's going on in the world. It's a teaching tool for many. Youngsters learn so much from scouting, but at the same time, they have that camaraderie of enjoying learning things together.
And the outdoors.
And the outdoors,
and the earning rank is a character building system in its own right, where kids can accomplish something, and they can experience positive influences from their leaders, from the other older scouts. Very positive organization.
Well, they're taught to set goals and then to achieve those goals.
That's right.
And again, I strongly recommend it for any youngster.
I do too.
Any young person.
I do too. Strong believer.
Oh yes. So where do we go from here? Tell me about. Can you give me an idea about how many people are involved with scouting in the Tuscarora Council?
From a scouter standpoint, there are about 6,500. From a volunteer standpoint, I would say half of that many, probably.
Really?
And they're all volunteers,
Yeah.
and many of them have volunteered all their adult lives, either as unit leaders or to help with fundraising or something like that. But it's a great group of people who have supported the Tuscarora Council as volunteers for many, many years, and we have new volunteers coming on all the time who either went through the scouting ranks and realize the importance of it and the value in it, or they have heard about it and want to be a part. So it's a very vibrant volunteer group, hardest working group of volunteers I've ever been associated with.
So give me an idea. Now, we've covered a lot of ground here about what scouting does for a youngster, but if a young man came up to you and he says, Mr. Lewis, I'm 13, 14 years old, and I'm thinking about becoming a Boy Scout. What do I do?
That would be a very good thing if he would do that.
Yeah.
The more young men that join scouting ranks, I think the better our citizenry would be as a whole.
No question.
But he would first try, or we would try to lead him to a unit, and units are sponsored by churches or other nonprofit organizations for the most part. Lead him to an organization that has a troop and match him up with those leaders and get him enrolled.
So what do these youngsters learn, or how do they, when they become a scout, what's some of the first things they do? They just walk in, they start building fires. Is that? No. I know that's probably not it.
Fires. Usually, usually not. The first thing is not.
That's not the first thing to do.
You know, it's an advancement thing. It's the first rank in Boy Scouts is the tenderfoot rank.
Tenderfoot class, sure.
But there's Cub Scouts, and there are ranks that they go through in Cub Scouts before joining the Boy Scouts. So it's always a task-oriented, where a young child or young man has to accomplish certain things to achieve a rank, to advance to the next rank, which is really a confidence builder, I think, in kids, that they can do things outside of a school environment or outside of sports, that they can accomplish some things.
Now there's you mentioned the Cub Scouts and then the Boy Scouts, but there's something after the Boy Scouts, the Order of the Arrow.
OA is an organization that's while they're going through Scouts, they can be Order of the Arrow members as well, but there's Venturers and Explorer Posts.
Right, Explorer Posts, exactly.
And that's for the older kids.
Exactly. When do you age out? I don't think I ever aged out of Scouts, but...
well, you can, you know, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
But you can stay in Scouting and as long as you're, I don't know the answer to that.
Well, that's okay. There's probably not
an answer. So get that
out
of there.
There's probably not an answer to that.
Well, I'm certain after high school, I mean, most kids, if they stay in and earn their Eagle rank, they have to do it before they're 18.
Okay, all right, that's good. Okay, say that again.
For kids who stay in Scouts, or young men who stay in Scouting through the high school years, if they're going to earn the Eagle rank, they've got to earn the Eagle rank by the time, I think it's that they're 18 years old.
18. Okay, but after that, they can
move on to Venturing or Explorer Post.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then become a Scout Master.
Scout Masters, Assistant Scout Masters, be a volunteer on the district level or the council level.
So you can actually stay in Scouting for the rest of your life if you so choose.
That's
sure
right.
You could.
Sure you can.
Sure you could. And that's a great thing.
Yes, it is.
That's a great thing to be able to do that, because once you become a volunteer, you become a Scout or Assistant Scout Master, you're helping the youth of America and teaching, and they are learning. And when they first join Scouting, they walk in and they learn things besides how to build a fire and tie knots. They're learning computer skills. They're learning dealing with math. They're learning dealing with problems of society.
Problems with growing up. You know, the Scout law and the oath are filled with meaningful things that they become ingrained in them, hopefully, that will carry throughout their life, that builds on strong character and values, which everyone is in favor of, I think.
Well, let me tell you something. I never forgot it. I never forgot the oath or the laws. It stays with you.
Yes, it does.
It stays with you, and it means something, and it means something to all the Scouts as well.
Well, you and I, we were both Scouters, and we both had very positive experiences in it. And I don't know of anyone in my experience in our troop that did not have a positive experience, who doesn't look back on those days very fondly.
Yeah.
And if you look around the community, at the folks who were trying to make a difference, many of them did go through the Scouting.
It's true.
Whether it was Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, but it was a very strong influence on my life.
Mine as well. And if you look at the leaders of our nation and the leaders of our nation over the past 200 plus years, you'll find, well, as long as they were Scouting, 100 plus years,
right,
you'll find that many of them, if not most of them, at some point were Scouts.
Many of them were. Yeah. And many of them had achieved the Eagle rank.
Indeed. Yeah. Okay. Well, John, I appreciate you coming in today. We're about out of time now, but I want to remind everyone again that you're the new president of the Tuscarora Council of the Boy Scouts.
Thank you.
And we appreciate your being with us, and we hope you're able to come back to us soon.
Thank you, Wayne.
Anything we can do to help Scouting, let us know.
Will do.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
John D. Lewis, he is the president of the Tuscarora Council of the Boy Scouts of America. All right, that's great information, and we appreciate John coming in and talking to us about the Boy Scouts and their role and his role with the Scouts.
That's exactly right. That was great.
All right. Well,
Yes.
Kim, coming up next week on the 26th will be the Next Step Fair, and this is something for children and youth with special health care needs. Now, this fair strives to help make transitioning smoother at any age by being a key source of information and connections to community resources and services for children and youth with special health care needs. Those children and youth are those who have or at risk for chronic physical, developmental, behavioral, or emotional conditions, and who also require health and related services of a type or amount beyond that required by children and youth generally. Now, this is going to be held at the First Pentecostal Holiness Church, and that's at the intersection of Wayne Memorial Drive and Highway 70 bypass.
Right.
Starts on the 26th at 10:30 in the morning, and then they'll break for lunch, and the whole thing will be over at 6:30 that evening. It's going to be a great event, and if you'd like information about that, you can go to in fact, go to Innovative Approaches. You can talk to Dr. Heidi Austin at Innovative Approaches, and her number is 731-1236.
Great.
And that's the
Well,
truth.
Wayne, earlier we were talking about some foods that are not what you think they are, not what they say they are.
Yes, this is very disturbing.
It is disturbing because there's a long list of these foods that are not what they advertise that they are. One is Dannon.
Yogurt?
Dannon Danimals, which is
What?
like Dannon and animals put together.
Oh.
Strawberry Banana Rama Double Crush. They got a long name. Yogurt. The
What?
front of the label
Wait,
shows
wait.
you may tell you again. It's Dannon Strawberry Banana Yogurt for kids.
Oh,
The front of the label shows a cartoon monkey grasping at fruit.
okay.
A different story emerges on the back. There are no strawberries or bananas on the ingredient list at all. The fruit and vegetable juices in the product are there for color. Dannon denies trying to mislead anyone. Another one, let me go on. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, touch of fruit berry cereal. And I love mini wheats.
I know.
Quit laughing. The touch of fruit in the middle here is barely a tickle. Oh my. According to the ingredients list, the product contains less than 2% total of any kind of apple flake, berry flake, strawberry flake. Kellogg says its food label complies with regulations, but there's hardly anything. There's only 2% of any kind of berry in the mini wheats.
How can they do that? A
How can
company of
I
that
don't know.
size
I don't know.
kind of makes you wonder what else they have done over the past 100 years that they were sneaky about. That's sneaky.
How about Lucky Charms?
They're magically delicious.
Well, they may be.
No.
But General Mills Lucky Charms, the iconic cereal stamped with the words whole grain on its front, is also loaded with 10 grams of sugar. General Mills, of course, sees things differently. Lucky Charms has 11 grams of whole grain per serving, so the company says. They say cereal is one of the healthiest breakfast choices you can make.
Oh, man.
And they say it's less than 5% of sugar in kids' diets come from pre-sweetened cereal.
Well, cereal is an excellent breakfast, but it depends on the kind of cereal you're talking about.
Exactly.
It's like saying cars are safe to drive wherever you want to go, and they are, but some are safer than others, and some cereals are better than others and safer than others. 11, did you say 10 grams or 11 grams of sugar?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Sure
You realize that's 10,000 milligrams? 10,000? And that's a lot of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar. Well, but Kellogg's Eggo blueberry waffles, same way. There's no blueberry at all in the ingredients.
There's not?
It says blueberries predominantly displayed on the product's front are also not visible on the ingredient list. Wow. That is unbelievable.
Well, that's terrible.
Kellogg denies doing any wrongdoing. There's a whole long list of all these. So definitely check your ingredient list
Well, yeah.
if you're buying it for that reason.
Well, you're a label reader, aren't you?
Sometimes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I read labels too, because I want to know not only what's in there, but I want to know how much of the sugar and how much
Right.
of the cholesterol, if any, and any of the other stuff that's
And
in
understand, just because there's a picture of something on your item does
Yeah.
not mean
Yeah.
that it's obviously necessarily in your ingredient list.
Yeah.
It should be. but it's not.
Look, you want sugar, eat raisins. Huh?
Okay, thank you.
All right? Raisins are so sweet. And anything with honey in it is good.
Yeah.
Good for you. And honey is
Cranberries.
sweet. Yeah. Yeah, cranberries. That's, you know, there's a lot of things you can eat out there. And if you don't,
That's right.
you know, people say, "Oh, I don't like that. It tastes so bland." Well, you get used to it. If you really cared about it, you'd try it. Cared about your health, you'd try it.
We all do need to eat a healthier lifestyle.
Don't we, though?
All right, now that we've preached this
All
morning.
right, let me get off my soapbox
Yeah,
here.
we'll get off our soapboxes because we're talking to ourselves as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm talking to me, right? You sure are. Okay, well, shut up now. Okay.
That happens some mornings. It's just the way it is, you know? It's just the way it is.
Well, tell him.
I'll tell you both.
Okay.
Both of you, sit up straight and do right. All right, let's see. Who do you have up next? I believe it's the Optimist Club.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We have the Optimist Club. These guys are great. Wait till you hear what they're doing with children and children, kids for computers or computers for kids.
Up next.
Today we're talking with Bill Edgerton and Charlie Wood. These gentlemen are with the Optimist Club here in Goldsboro. And fellas, I appreciate you being with us. How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing
Absolutely marvelous. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here indeed. First of all, fellas, let's start over because I'm in the wrong camera. See, when I get in a hurry, doggone it. All right, here's you one. Third time's the charm. Today we're talking with Bill Edgerton and Charlie Wood, and these gentlemen are with the Optimist Club here in Goldsboro. And first of all, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming in and talking to us.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
First of all, who wants to tell us what the Optimist Club is? A lot of people are familiar with civic organizations. Maybe not so much the Optimist Club. So what do the Optimists do?
I think Bill could do a better job.
Bill,
of that.
tell me about the Optimist Club. You and I have talked about this before.
Yeah, we've talked about it quite a bit. I've been in the Optimist Club for about 37 years. The motto of the club is Friend of Youth. So the projects that we do is dealing with young people. I mean, we do some community projects, but almost always dealing with kids. And of course, our newest project that we'll be talking about is our Computer for Kids program.
Okay, Computer for Kids program. Now, over the course of time, 30 plus years, of course, we didn't have computers readily available to the masses 30 plus years ago. So what were the Optimists doing prior to the Computers for Kids? I mean, I know you had the, didn't you have an iodine? No, that was another organization.
Now, the club, the Optimist organization itself does a lot with oratorical contests, essay contests. We sponsor the hearing impaired oratorical contest, which is held at the School for the Deaf in Wilson. And if you go back many years, a lot of ball teams are sponsored by the Optimist Club, athletic events,
Golf.
golf. What used to be the Junior World of Golf,
Yeah.
the Optimist organization, they were going to fold, and the organization took that over several years ago, so we now sponsor that.
Okay. And I know the Optimist Club is an international organization.
Yes.
You're very large.
Yeah,
Very large organization.
I think we're probably the fourth largest civic club, international civic club. We're in about 25 different countries, but primarily in the United States and Canada.
Yeah. Charlie, tell me about the Computers for Kids program.
Well, I think it's been about a year or so ago that Bill gave us a challenge in our club to come up with some fresh ideas to support the youth in our community. And one evening I was working on a friend, his computer. He's a member of the Optimist Club. I was working on his daughter's computer, and an idea hit me that, hey, this is something that we might be able to do. So Bill and I talked about it for a couple of months and came up with a plan. And we started implementing the plan last May, sometime around last May. And so we've been working all during that time, working on Computers for Kids. At least most of my time has been spent on that, and Bill has spent a lot of time on it too. But we're starting to get more members involved, and we're starting to get more interest in the public with the program because they have an interest in doing things like that, working on computers. So to date, we've distributed about 27 computers, 26 or 27 computers, and it touches 66 to 67 kids that are in school in Wayne County.
Wow.
They're in middle or high school.
Yeah.
So
Do these computers go directly to the student or the child?
To the family and
To
the
the
child.
family and the child.
Yeah.
So everybody in the family can use it. It's not just for the child to use. It's
Right.
everyone in the family can use it. Now,
Right.
in this day and time, you almost have to have a computer. Now, there's some diehards out there that says, "Well, I don't want anything to do with it. You know, I don't understand it, don't need it." But children need it now because that's where the schools have gone. Information technology, that highway is just jam-packed with so much information, and the youngsters have to know how to use computers. In fact, most of them understand it more than adults do anyway already.
Right.
they know how, but if they don't have a computer in their home that they can do their homework on,
Right.
they just get further and further behind in school, and a lot of them drop out.
That's true. And that, unfortunately, is the beginning of it just getting worse for them.
Yeah.
And you hit on a good point there. A lot of schools will require computer knowledge and computer usage and
yes.
IT information, and actually have homework due on computers.
Right.
And that means that the child or the student would have to go to either to a friend's house, to the public library, or somewhere like that.
And that's what we're finding in most cases where the kids don't have a computer, is they have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, like the library or like some friend's home, or you know, a neighbor. But that's one of the reasons we got started in that, was because we saw a great need for kids in our community that didn't have computers, from low-income families. You know, most of the kids don't have computers.
Yeah.
And so we're working with the school system, the social workers and the school system, to identify the kids in our community who are in the 6th through the 12th grade, you know, who have a need for a computer, and they refer them back to us, and then we review an application, and we generally approve everybody, you know, that applies.
Because it's easy to find someone who needs but can't afford
Right.
a computer.
They generally have to pay $40 to get it, and when they get the computer, they go through a short training period, and they train on the computer that they're going to take home with them.
Right.
So they don't get home and there'll be a little bit of difference
And
here
try
and
to
there.
figure it out
Yeah.
themselves, which could often result in disaster.
And we've had some scholarships, some money donated for, if people just can't afford the $40, then we'll work with them. But we haven't turned anyone down at this point.
And so far, everyone's gotten a computer that's
That's
been able to.
applied.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And from where do these computers come?
They come from the community.
Where
People in the community.
we had a business last week that donated 9 computers to us.
Just gave you 9 computers.
Right.
Yeah,
Because he knew the program.
Right.
yeah,
And I know who you're talking about.
good. I bet you do.
Well, he's
But then, is that kind of community participation though that makes it work?
and he's a local businessman, and he was refurbishing his computer system in his business.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of people in that situation, who are local businesses
Right.
who are upgrading or updating, and they need the newest and the bestest and the greatest and the fastest to run their business. But those computers are not always necessary for a child who needs it for school.
Right.
And of course, we get them from individuals also.
And we once a month we have a Sam's Club Day. We go out to Sam's Club's parking lot on the second Saturday of each month from 10 to 2 and collect computers from the public at that time.
Do you know?
Yeah, and we also have a couple of other drop-off points.
We've got 3 drop-off points where the businesses have allowed us to, since they are open all during the day, Goldsboro Builders, Mount Olive Builders, and Judith McMillan's Prudential Real
Out
Estate
on
Office.
North Berkeley Boulevard.
Yeah,
Right.
people can drop off computers there, and then they call us, and we go pick them up.
All right, so that's Goldsboro Builders on Paytown Road,
Yes.
Right.
Mount Olive
Builders on
Mount
Highway
Olive Builders on 55 in Mount Olive, and then Judith McMillan's place. And isn't Judith wonderful? Isn't she great?
She's very involved with the community.
Yes, she is.
We appreciate her help in that. So.
And of course, Goldsboro Builders as well, and Mount Olive as well, all involved in the community. So if you have a computer that you feel can be used elsewhere for these children, Judith McMillan's Prudential Realty real estate on North Berkeley and Goldsboro Builder Supply and Mount Olive Builder Supply. Now you mentioned also Saturday at Sam's Club. Now, that's the second Saturday?
That'll be this Saturday.
This Saturday. All right, that would be that would be whatever day this is, Saturday. Today is, we recorded it, yeah, I think it's on the 9th. Now this will, in fact, I may have to cut this out. I'm going to cut this out because this is not going to air until next week.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So the second Saturday of each month also, you have a gathering at Sam's Club.
Right.
To collect computers.
Yes.
Now, what if someone doesn't have a computer, but they have a monitor, they have a keyboard, and maybe they have a mouse?
We take everything.
Everything.
That's
now,
computer related.
Exactly, computer. You don't take TVs, you don't take anything else electronic. You only take peripherals like printers.
Right.
You take printers, you take scanners, you take keyboards,
mouse.
Anything a child could use to help with the school. Cables. You take cables.
Yes.
That's so important. Okay, but now what about if it's not in pristine condition?
Well, what we do is we take each computer and analyze what's wrong with it and whether or not we can use it. If we feel like it's worth refurbishing, we'll clean it, add more memory, add more disk space if needed, and get it in a state where we can start putting a new copy of Microsoft operating system on it.
Great.
So the systems, when we get through with them, they come with a clean version of Microsoft XP Pro or Windows 7 Pro, and also we also include Microsoft Office.
Do you?
Yes. So
my goodness.
So we're a Microsoft registered refurbisher, and we're able to get the software at a very reasonable price.
I was going to ask about that. So you're licensed as a refurbisher then?
Yes.
Wow.
Because of Charlie.
Because of Charlie.
But
Charlie's an IT man, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But at least once he gets through determining if it's usable or not to pass on, if it is, then I know how to tear them apart.
Oh, do you?
So I'm learning.
He's our cleanup man.
Yeah. All right. I know you got 3 or 4 screwdrivers on you. Where are they? Get rid of them right now.
Something else we do though pertaining to kids, and it goes right along the same line. Some of the pediatric centers here have the Reach Out and Read program for children that visit their office.
Yes.
We have purchased books for that program also.
Have you?
Because it's the same thing really. If the kid doesn't have books to read growing up, then they start out behind and then get further behind. So we, as an Optimist Club, we want to do everything we can to give them an equal chance.
You give them encouragement is what you give them. And I'll tell you something, a child who is encouraged is more likely to become successful and keep an interest in learning.
Right.
If a child is not encouraged and if a child gets bored with learning, then he's not gonna want to learn.
Right.
So he's just going to, and if he doesn't have anything to learn on, if he doesn't have a computer,
doesn't have the tools,
he's not going to, and that's sad. It's really sad.
It really is.
So I salute you guys for doing this. This is a fantastic effort on the part of the Optimist Club here in Wayne County. Now, do you ever need new members?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, we could use a few.
I just thought I'd ask,
Especially if they have computer skills.
Ah, yes. Okay, well, let me ask you about this now. Where do you do this computer work?
We've been, Habitat for Humanity has allowed us to use their warehouse down on George Street. So we've been doing a lot of it there. Literacy Connection then allows us to take the computers over there and add the programs to it.
And we do the training from there.
And you do the training also.
But things have changed now, or changed.
But things are in the process of changing because we've got a building space at 205 East Walnut Street, right across the corner from you here. And once we get set up, we will be using that for the whole process.
That's great. So would people then be able to bring their computers into
Yes.
that location?
Yes.
Yes.
But you're not set up quite yet?
Not quite.
No, we got to have hours established for that.
Okay.
And then we'll publicize it.
All right,
So-
well, we'll want to know about that so we can tell everybody where to bring their computers and such. But after that, will you still have the collection at Sam's Club?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're still
Yeah.
going to have that the second Saturday of
Right.
each month?
Yes.
And probably still maintain the 3 drop-off
Three
points that
drop-off
we have
points,
now.
right.
So,
Well, that's convenient, especially Mount Olive, you know, when people in the southern end of the county can't get all the way up here whenever they like. Goldsboro Builder Supply and Judith McMillan's place, that's great.
And if a business has a large number of computers,
Yes.
we'll go out and pick them up.
If a business, you hear this now, if a business has a large number of computers to donate, then they'll come get them.
And what we also do in our refurbishing process is we wipe the hard disk drive clean from any data that's on the computer.
Right?
That way, we ensure whoever's donating the computers
Right.
with the hard drives that their personal data is wiped off. So we use a couple of programs that we use to do this that is sanctioned by the government Department of Defense.
Right. Very good. That way they're not getting programs that they don't need to be seeing.
Right.
and to better identify a large number, if they've got 4 or 5 or 6 computers, we'll
Yeah.
come pick them up.
If they have 4, 5, or 6,
Yeah.
minimum of, let's say minimum
Minimum 4 or 5.
4 or 5,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to get you some computers. Hey,
Well-
if you got 30 computers, they'll come get them.
Oh,
But
less than that, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, 4 or 5, they'll come
In
get
fact, we did get 30 computers last year from one location.
them. Did you really?
Yeah, from St. Mary's School.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? That
And,
is wonderful.
The Electrolux plant in Kinston,
In Kinston?
we know the IT guy there, and we haven't started. We've gotten a few from them, but he told me earlier that after the first of the year, they would be replacing probably 50 computers,
All right.
and we'll go get them.
Well, again, if you have a business and you're updating your system, this is where you can take your old computers, because there's a lot of places that just don't take them because for whatever reason. But these gentlemen will take anything you have to do with computers, cables, peripherals, anything like that. Guys, I appreciate you coming in. If somebody wants to either become a part of the Optimist Club here in Goldsboro, or if they want to send you computers, how do they get in touch with you?
We have a website, goldsborooptimist.org.
Yeah.
And we explain everything about the Computers for Kids program on the website, and we have all our contact numbers and everything located there.
On the website, and I just put that on the screen right there. You can see it right over there.
Yep.
See it right there. There it is right there.
So our website has all the information anyone needs to know about our program.
Okay, very good. Fellas, thank you so much for being with us today. I do appreciate Bill Edgerton with us. And you mentioned Habitat for Humanity. You know anything about that organization?
I know a little bit about
bit,
it.
okay.
It's an outstanding program to help low-income families get housing.
Couldn't have said it better myself, but okay. Thank you, Bill.
All right.
Charlie, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you guys. Thank you. Okay,
And we're back.
we are back. And today, the 15th, it is Thursday here at WGTV and a lot of other places too.
No, it's not. It's Friday.
Is today Friday?
Yes, it is. All day long, Lane. Get your days right. Get your
All
days
right,
right.
okay, I need to read the calendar again, I suppose. Here's the answer to our trivia question
Yes.
for today. Is today Friday? Today
Yes,
is Friday.
today's been Friday all day long.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's
the
the
way it
answer
is.
to our trivia question. I knew that. Our trivia question today was, the question was, what famous author claimed to have received or inspiration or got their best ideas for stories while sitting in a bathtub munching on green apples? The answer is Agatha Christie.
Really?
Really?
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Green apples will do that to you, I
I
suppose.
love green apples.
Yeah.
I like them.
Do you?
I do. I love them. I always have. That tart flavor.
Green apples? Or
Like Granny Smith's green apples.
Okay, Granny Smith. Okay, all right. You know, that was the apple on the Beatles apple label.
Oh,
a
was
Granny
it?
Smith. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little trivia information for you. there.
Just another piece of trivia.
There you go. All right, but that's the answer to our trivia
Well,
question
thank you
today.
very much.
Agatha Christie, one of my favorites as well. And I like apples too, but I like the.
Oh, I like all sorts.
I
of
do
apples.
too. I usually I eat a lot of the Gala apples.
They are very good.
Yeah, like those. Anyway,
I approve.
thank
Not
you.
that you asked for it, but you got it.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Tell us about that blueberry workshop one
Well,
more
let me
time.
see. Now, I'm going to try and spill my coffee again. How about
Okay.
that? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The blueberry pruning workshop coming up. Now, Bill Klein will be the your host with this thing, and he's going to be doing this tomorrow morning, beginning at 9 o'clock at the CEF's Service Building on Stevens Mill Road. Now, blueberry pruning workshop usually fills up quickly, but if they have a space open, you can call and get in on this very quickly. Call Lisa at 513 in Raleigh, 513-0954. It only costs you $10. It is a pruning workshop, and it goes from 9 o'clock until noon at the CEF's facility on Stevens Mill Road.
Very good.
And
That ought
that's-
to be interesting.
It will be, yeah. All right.
Let's see.
What else do we have here?
Well, I don't have a date, so I hate to even bring it up.
Oh, okay.
But the Wages for Children's Council
Yeah.
is having, or they're sponsoring, the 2013 Life Lights for Children. It's a candlelight vigil that they always hold every year.
Yeah.
This year they're adding an art auction. It's children's art. The purpose of this event is twofold, actually: to recognize the victims of child abuse and neglect in North Carolina and Wayne County, of course, and to spread the message of awareness in our community.
Yeah.
The artwork has been submitted by Wayne County Public School students, and it'll be auctioned off, and all the proceeds will be going towards child abuse prevention efforts right here in Wayne County.
Wow.
If you are interested in finding out more about this or participating, you can talk with Jennifer Dupuy at 734-1178, and that's at Wages, 734-1178, and that is an absolutely beautiful cause. I have been many times, and I will tell you, it will touch you, it will touch your life, and it will make you really think things differently if you attend. I just don't have the date in front of me, but it will be held at Berkeley Mall. We'll get back with you on that date.
Okay, good. Every second and fourth Wednesday at the Wayne County Public Library, everyone is welcome to attend the Story Time for Children. This is they call it a sensory story time for children with autism, sensory processing disorder, Down syndrome, or other special needs. You can make yourself at home right there while you're listening to the stories, just sing songs and meet new friends. A sensory story time is the second and fourth Wednesday of every month at the Wayne County Public Library on East Ash Street.
That's right.
All right. All right. See, what else do we have? By the way, the public library is going through a lot of changes right now.
They are.
A lot
Everything's
of
for the
changes.
good.
Oh, yeah.
My
yeah.
goodness.
And there may be a hiccup or a little bump in there while you're trying to access them online, perhaps even borrow a book or something. Just have a little patience. They'll get it all worked out. All
You'll
right.
be glad in the future that they've gone through all these changes.
Oh, indeed.
Because it's going to make accessing all kinds of things at the library much easier for many of us.
And speaking of easier, we're going to make it easy right now. As
That's
we
right.
leave the program, we'll be back Monday morning at 7 o'clock, and you can join us at that time at 7 or at noon or at 5:30 or at whatever time you
Or watch
so
us on
choose.
YouTube.
Or watch us on YouTube. You can go to thewaynegov.com and click on the YouTube link, or you can go to
GoldsboroNC.gov and click on WGTV or the YouTube link, and it'll take you right to these programs.
There you go. So until Monday morning, by the way, have a great weekend. Until Monday morning, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.